Okay students, then today we are going to discuss about the graph. Our first graph is displacement time graph. In this graph, at the x-axis there will be time and at y-axis displacement will be there. We are representing x as a displacement and t as a time. Then our first graph is the displacement or distance displacement time graph. Students, in this graph we will observe that how distance is going to be changed with the time, how there is a variation in displacement with the time. There may be uniform variation. Suppose somebody is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. There may be non-uniform variation in the displacement. There may be increase in the displacement. There may be decrease in the displacement. So many variations are possible. Then here, my first graph is this. Who will tell which type of motion is representing by this graph? Yes.
The body is in rest.
Very good. Body is in rest. Because you can see how to observe the graph. Simply check the time. This time is 1 second. This is 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds and 6 seconds. At 1 second, the displacement is supposed at 40 meter. Okay? Again, when the time is 2 seconds, displacement is again 40. When 3 seconds, displacement is again 40. Means the time is going to be increased, but there is no change in the displacement. The displacement of body is fixed. There is no variation in the displacement. Then we can say that the body is at rest. Is it clear?
Yes.
Because with the time there is no change in the displacement of the body. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the first graph represents body at rest. Okay? This is our first graph. Now, the second graph is again the graph is between the displacement and time. Okay? The second graph is this. Tell me which type of motion is representing by this graph?
Uniform motion.
Uniform motion.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Anyone? Which type of motion is representing by this graph? Actually, students, from this graph again you can observe that suppose this time is 10 seconds. Suppose this time is 10 seconds. At 10 seconds there are so many displacements. Students, first of all, is it possible that time can be stopped?
No, sir.
No, time will never stop. Time will always moving on. Okay? And is it possible that at the same time interval so many positions are there?
No, sir.
No. Means this graph is incorrect. This graph is
Incorrect.
Such type of graphs are not possible where time is at rest. If there is a situation that the time is rest, it means that the graph is not possible. Is it okay?
Yes.
Then this graph is not possible. Not possible. Because time is at rest. Our third graph is this is time, this is displacement, and our third graph is this.
Uniform.
Okay. Then in this graph you can see when the time is 1 second, there is a displacement of 10 meter. When the time is 2 seconds, there is a displacement of 20 meter. When the time is 3 seconds, there is a displacement of 30 meters. Hence you can see in first second the displacement is 10 meter. In next 1 second, displacement is again 10 meter, because 10 plus 10 20. In next 1 second, displacement is 30, means in next 1 second again the displacement is 10 meters, means the body is covering equal displacement in equal interval of time. Such type of motion are called uniform motion. Okay, now you can write it. Okay, the next graph is, students, like this. This is time, this is displacement or distance, and this graph is representing, we will tell, this graph is representing non-uniform motion. Very good. This is representing a non-uniform motion, because the body curve is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time. When the body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, then such type of motion are called non-uniform motion. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to perform some calculations based on the graph. Now we are going to perform some calculations which are based on the graph. Okay, students, in calculation portion, suppose I have a graph, this is the time and this is the displacement, and I am going to take this graph. Okay, and we want to perform some calculation from the graph. Then first of all, there are 2 steps. You can perform the calculation in 2 steps. In first step, first of all, observe your x-axis and y-axis. In first step, observe your x-axis and y-axis. Then the x-axis and y-axis is a displacement time graph. Is it clear? Then whenever you find a graph, then in first steps always try to observe your x-axis and y-axis. In second step, find the relation between these two. Is there any relation between displacement and time? Is there any relation between displacement and time? Yes. Velocity is equal to displacement upon time. You know?
Yes, sir.
Velocity is equal to displacement upon time. No? There is a relation, displacement upon time. Now, pause this graph. Suppose if I join this line to the x-axis, then now it's look like a right angle triangle, in which this is the perpendicular, and this is the base. Okay, base is the time, and perpendicular is the displacement, because perpendicular is along y-axis, and along the y-axis there is a displacement. Students, there is a term called slope of the graph. You will study about it in detail in your class 11th, 10th, but here slope of the graph. Slope is equal to perpendicular upon base. Remember it, slope is equal to perpendicular upon base. Okay, what is the perpendicular? Perpendicular is displacement,
Yes, sir.
and base is the time. And perpendicular upon base is now equivalent to the velocity. You can see this perpendicular upon base of this graph, which is called the slope, it is now equal to the velocity. Means if you compare the physics and mathematics, you can observe that in physics it is the displacement upon time, and in graph as per mathematics it is the perpendicular upon base. Okay, means we can say the velocity is equal to slope of the graph, and slope is equal to perpendicular upon base. Means whenever you want to find the slope of any line, then draw the perpendicular and base, and the perpendicular upon base is called slope of the graph. And from this graph we can see this slope is equal to the displacement upon time, and displacement upon time is equal to the velocity. Means if from displacement time graph you want to calculate velocity, then what you will do? You will find the slope, because the slope of this graph is equal to the velocity. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then write down. Means whenever you want to find the velocity from displacement time graph, then find the slope of the graph. Now suppose the graph is for non-uniform motion. Suppose the graph is like this. Okay? This is a curved line, and a curved line has not a fixed slope. Here the slope was fixed, but in this case you can see here the slope is minimum, and as we are going on the slope is going to be increased. Now then in such cases, how to find the slope? Okay, suppose now you want to find the velocity at time 2 seconds. Suppose you want to find the velocity at time 2 seconds. Then join this 2 seconds to the graph. Okay, and after joining, draw a line which touches this point. Draw a line which touches this point. In geometry, this touching line is called tangent. Remember, whenever you draw a line on a curve which just touches it, then this touching line is called tangent. Okay? And then first of all find the position on that graph and draw a tangent which is passing from that point. And then from this tangent you can find the slope. Join this line, this will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. And again slope is equal to displacement upon time. Is it clear? Then simply whenever we want to find the velocity from displacement time graph, find the slope of the graph. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are going to discuss velocity time graph. Now our next point is velocity time graph. Let us see. Now we will observe how the velocity is changing with the time. Our next graph is the velocity time graph.
So that one we are not.
Velocity time graph. In velocity time graph, we will observe that how velocity is changing with the time. There may be no change in velocity, there may be uniform change in velocity, there may be non-uniform change in velocity. Then there may be so many type of variation in velocity according to the time. In our first graph, the graph is this. And I want to know from your side which type of motion is representing by this graph. No. In that graph, in which the body was at rest, that was the displacement time graph. Then there was no displacement. But where here you can see, suppose this point is 20 meter per second. And you can see at the time 1 second displacement was 20. When the time is 2 seconds, again the velocity was 20 meter per second. When the time is 3 seconds, again the velocity is 20 meter per second. Means velocity is not changing. Then you will say that body is moving with constant velocity. Body is moving with constant velocity. Suppose your speedometer is pointing at 40. When you are riding a bike, then your speedometer is pointing at 40. It means that the velocity of that body is neither increasing nor decreasing. Body is going with the constant velocity. Then you will say here constant velocity. Is it clear? Okay. Now the next graph is this is the time, this is the velocity. Remember, whenever the graph is horizontal, it doesn't mean that the body is rest.
Yes, sir.
As I told you, whenever you are observing a graph, first of all, see your x-axis and
Y-axis.
then decide which type of motion is there. Okay. Now next, suppose the graph is this. Which type of motion is representing this graph? Uniform motion. Means whenever the straight line is there, it means uniform motion. No. You will say, suppose, very simple way we can describe the graph. Observe the time. Time is 1 second, velocity is 10 meter per second. When the time is 2 second, velocity is 20 meter per second. When the time is 3 seconds, velocity is 30 meters. Means you can see that the velocity is increasing. No? Velocity in first second velocity was 10. After 1 second velocity is 20. After 1 second velocity is 30. Means velocity of body is increasing uniformly. Uniformly means in each second there is an equal increment in the velocity. Then you will say the velocity of the body is increasing uniformly. There is a uniform variation in the velocity. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this is showing uniformly increasing velocity. This is showing the uniformly increasing velocity. Okay, now I want answer from your side. In first graph, is there acceleration or not? In first graph, is there any acceleration or not? Okay. Why? Yes, in first graph there is zero acceleration. Acceleration means change in velocity. Either velocity is increasing or decreasing, then you will say that there is acceleration in that body. And if there is no change in the velocity, then the acceleration is zero. Then it means the body's velocity is constant. Then acceleration of the body is
Zero.
no acceleration in this graph.
Yes, sir.
Clear? You clear? Okay. Okay. Now the next graph. This is the time. This is the velocity. And next graph is like this. Which type of motion is going on this graph?
Velocity is going down.
Retardation is there, because you can see when the time is 0 second, body has some velocity.
Yes.
And when the time is increasing, then the velocity has decreased.
Increasing.
Next, again velocity has decreased. The next again decreased, and at last velocity becomes zero.
Zero.
Then you will say that in this motion there was the acceleration, and in this motion there was the retardation, because velocity is decreasing. Whenever velocity is increasing, we will call that acceleration, and for decreasing velocity we use the word retardation. Okay, now we are going for the calculation portion. But one more graph is there. If we draw this graph, time and velocity, this graph is showing increasing velocity like this. Here velocity is increasing. In this graph there is also increasing velocity, but here velocity was uniformly increasing, but here there is an increase in velocity that is non-uniform. Okay. Now for the calculation. Okay students, now for the calculation, again there will be the two steps which I told you. The first, check the x-axis and y-axis, and this is the velocity time graph. This is the first step, to check your x-axis and y-axis. In second step, check the relation. Check the relation between these two quantities.
Yes,
and
sir.
in velocity time, the first relation is acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. Do you know?
Yes, sir.
Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time.
Yes, sir.
And second relation is, one more relation is there. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. Means if we divide the velocity time we will get the acceleration. If we multiply the velocity time, we will get the displacement. Okay? Remember, this relation is in the form of ratio. And for the ratio, always find the slope of the graph. Then we will write the acceleration is equal to, you can see here, if y-axis is the velocity and x-axis is the time, no? And slope is equal to perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is the velocity and base is the time. And you can see this slope is equal to the acceleration. Okay? Then whenever the relation is in the form of ratio, then find the slope of the graph. And one more thing, when the relation is in the form of multiplication, then find the area of the graph. When the relation is in the form of multiplication, then find the area of the graph. You can find the area of this graph. This is the velocity time graph.
Yes, sir.
And displacement is equal to velocity into time. Okay? Find the area of this triangle. Means area below the graph. उस ग्राफ के नीचे का एरिया. And this is equal to the half base into height. Base is the time and height is the velocity. Similarly, from this graph you want to calculate. Okay? Then displacement is equal to velocity to time. Now you can see this is the velocity and this is the time. Now
Yes, sir.
what is the formula of area of rectangle? Length into breadth. You can see velocity is the length and time is the breadth. Okay? Then whenever the relation is in the form of multiplication, then find the area below the graph.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.